for those of us who have been hardcore libertarians and considered that and self-defined as that, I can see arguments for not wearing seatbelts, and I can see arguments for not wearing motorcycle helmets, but I cannot see any argument for driving drunk. And that is what not wearing a mask is. It's not risking yourself, it's risking the people around you, which I don't see a way that that's your right. So the illusion that there would be freedom and liberty as an embraceable, beautiful thing in the time of a pandemic, that is so far. I mean, I was actually asked by some libertarian organizations, Penn, you live in Vegas and you should be leading the open up protests. You should be doing that as a libertarian. And I said, I absolutely think that it is your personal right to have unprotected sex with someone who is HIV positive. I believe that's your right, but I don't want to advocate it, and I do believe possibly in many situations that suicide is your right, but I don't want to advocate it. And that kind of irresponsibility seems crazy. The other illusion that has been troubling me, because I usually like to have a bullshit solution. I mean, a solution that won't work, but they'll never let me do it. That's what I'm always hoping for. I'm always hoping that there'll be a smart president like Obama, and I will have ideas that are totally contrary to his, and mine will never be tested. So in theory, mine will work because a grown-up is doing the other thing, and that's wrong. I liked having this adolescent approach. But in this position, I don't have even a bullshit, jive-ass, stupid solution. And that is, if you were listening to me talk, and who was, in the early 90s, I was painting a picture of a world where there would be no gatekeepers and everybody would just be saying whatever they wanted, and that there would be a weird kind of meritocracy where if someone did of course I didn't have these words then, but a TikTok video or a YouTube video or a tweet that was compelling, that it would then spread around the world. And how beautiful that is and how that leads to utopia. And I thought getting rid of the gatekeepers could be nothing but good. And now it seems like getting rid of the gatekeepers gave us Trump as president, and in the same breath, in the same wind, gave us not wearing masks, and maybe gave us a huge, unpleasant amount of overt racism. I mean, there are those who would argue, and I think correctly, that racism is part of our fabric, and even those who don't feel any sort of racism are still have that systemically in them and endemically in them. And that doesn't surprise me, but the overt racism, the boogaloo, and there are some people in the boogaloo who claim not to be racist, but I'm not qualified to speak to that. But that kind of movement, I can't believe that came from my utopian vision of what democracy would look like. And I had a solution then, right? Which was let everybody have a voice. And now that solution's been ripped away from me.